All right, looks like everything is working, and I'll be kind of monitoring my audio levels. Looks like we're doing pretty good. I got kind of a new setup, more or less. Still the same microphone, but I got a new stand. Finally got an adapter that works for it, new cable and everything. So hopefully that fixes some of the audio problems, and we'll hope the internet holds up all right here. I think generally it's been working good for me, so hopefully that stays. Welcome to Fireside Chat number 169. So, not as usual, I think, in my catchphrase, not too much to go over, I think, this time around. In fact, I don't think we've had much anything since last time. Oh, well, I do know one thing. So, the lectures. So the lectures are going to be starting up or restarting up. So some of you may remember, and these are still on YouTube. I did two of the WA lecture series, and this was years ago. But the information is still pretty good. I like to think I've learned, studied maybe a little bit more since then, and maybe we know a little bit more since that point. WA scholarship has advanced. I don't know, but regardless, those are up, and now number 3 is going to be on the way. So it's pretty soon. It's happening this Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. So basically, similar to what's happening right now with Fireside, of course. I'll be live on Twitch. Of course, there'll be the bot on there for whatever, 2 weeks or something. I'll be broadcasting from Cert Hauler, so you can join either via Twitch or in the voice channel Cert Hauler. And the VOD will go up on YouTube afterwards, the VOD. So you have a lot of ways to join in. Anybody, of course, can, but officers are required to attend or host one of these this year. So the norm will be attend 3 or host 1 each year. But because we're only now kicking these off over halfway through September, I think it'd be pretty unreasonable. So I'm just saying attend 1, and I'll try to hold some more in the future. And if you would like to host one, even if you aren't an officer, do let me know, and I'm very flexible as far as the topic. It should be something WA related, but I'm open to, for example, games that we play. I think that really services the clan. For example, guides for games. If you have some topic on a specific game that a lot of WA people play, maybe you want to introduce the game to potential new players from the rest of the clan. There's a lot of options there. So I'm open to a lot of stuff. My lectures that I give will generally, we'll see if I have some other ideas, but generally I'm going to be trying to focusing on WA history, lore, and WA organization. So the one this Sunday is actually the history of WA organization and command structure. So to give a little bit more detail on that, I'm going to be kind of talking about the history of the fleet and empire systems and some other ones that appeared that I brought in years back, like you got the Viking system, the Imperium system as well, all kind of coming in. So I wanted to talk about that, and also going down the totem pole a little bit in some of those structures, such as divisions and platoons, and talking about when each of those were used and maybe some of the pros and cons and such, and hopefully leading up, connecting to the present too, talking about our current structure, which while we're in the 4th Fleet era, we're returning to this fleet system. There are notable differences, the most striking being that we don't have divisions or platoons, at least at present. We did at the very establishment of the 4th Fleet era, and eventually, after 3 months, I got rid of them. And so I think that's an interesting topic as well to talk about. And I think that will kind of nicely tie everything together. So that's the plan for that. And again, check out the officer manual. I think you can scroll up in announcements, but it's in the main spot. It's going to be in About WA. So you go into About WA, under Ranks, under Master Chief Petty Officer. If you can't find it, let me or an officer know. I'm sure we can throw the link at you, but it is in there. With the idea being, if you are trying to become an officer, that's what you want to read. But it does talk about attendance in there. I don't have a lot else to go over today, so I think I will give an overview of how that works real quick as well. So the lectures. Brief reminder, officer meeting. It's a few weeks away, but that'll be 2 weeks from this Saturday. So it'll be Saturday, October 2nd at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 p.m. Eastern. All right, so the lectures. So the purpose of the lectures is generally that knowledge about WA, especially our lore, traditions, and history, is a central component of WA, and officers as representatives of the clan should be knowledgeable about this stuff. And I know I've said that I'll be flexible with the lecture topics beyond just that, but that's the original reason these are being established, is my point. And so the idea is officers normally in a full year are required to either attend 3 lectures or host 1. This will be lessened if you become an officer, say in the middle of the year or something like that. You contact the Admiralty in that case, and we'll figure it out for you. How many you actually will have to do for the remainder of the year. So yeah, talked about how they're streamed, VOD goes up. So to attend, you've got a few different options. So you can join Cert Hauler for the duration of the lecture and just hang out in voice, not deafened, so you can't hear anything. There will be time for questions at the end if you want to ask some, but I'm not going to require that you ask a question to count as attending, as long as you're there, if that works. You can also stay in Twitch chat the whole time and just salute and or type some other stuff in Twitch chat also, so I know that you're there. That will count. And finally, if you're doing it late to the party, anytime before the end of the year, of course, you can watch any of the YouTube VODs and basically comment something that you found was interesting or some thoughts you have. A good 4 to 5 sentences is what I'm looking for. So you can just put that in a YouTube comment if you want, but you can also just DM me that, up to you. So that just shows that you watched it, had some idea of the content, basically. So most lectures are going to be between 15 minutes and 45 minutes. Possible that I or other lecturers will go over. If they go above an hour, it'll count as 2. So yeah, there's some general information on the lectures. I think that's about it. So I'll sign off here and jump over to Cert Hauler. I'll be there available for office hours if anybody has any questions or anything like that. Be a few minutes here while I get everything exported and posted first.